This is Leimomi Keliikuli, intuitive soul. I'm a coach here, and I wanted to share with you about how you can really start to utilize and expand your higher psychic gifts. And so in this video, I wanted to talk about just these kind of ways of how you can do this that will allow you to have more time freedom. And I'm going to show you a little bit the behind the scenes of how I created this system. So I'm going to share with everyone basically what is Expand Your Highest Psychic Gift System and how that could actually help you to create more time freedom. And I'm going to tell you kind of the backstory of how I actually found this. So first, let me introduce myself if you are first time listening to me. I'm Leimomi Keliikuli. I'm an intuitive soul. I'm a coach, and I basically help my clients and my audience to, and I teach them how to use their soul's blueprints to keep that and get into alignment to what they are at soul level and clear any soul level blocks to success that may be stopping them from stepping forward into their leadership. And I teach you basically how to get into alignment. So today I want to talk about really how all of this stuff that I'm talking about is related to your higher psychic gifts. So if you're listening, and just say hello, just so I know you're listening, and I will get started. So about, I guess I'll start with the backstory of what this really is. So about the first time that I launched one of my group programs, that was the soul line manifestation method program, and it was basically a challenge where I helped my clients to get into alignment with their blueprints and then use that in order to manifest whatever that they desire. So when I was running this program, they had amazing results, from making money like $5,000 right after the first day, to getting on big media opportunities, like getting on podcasts or guest blogs, and all the type of things that was really aligned to their soul blueprints at soul level. So after I ran this program, I realized there's something so much deeper about taking action towards what your main divine soul gifts are, and your manifesting blueprints and stuff. So I decided to create this kind of program, this 30-day program, that was really meant to go even further than that, because what I was seeing was the results that they were getting was purely correlated to their main divine gifts, like exactly to the T. Like, what if their energy was about love, they got into like amazing connections and deeper relationships and stuff like that, right? If their energy was about power, they got in very empowering situations. It was just really in alignment. So I was trying to find out, what could make this even manifest even bigger, right? Like, how could I help them manifest even bigger? So basically, this is kind of what happened after I made the soul line manifestation method. When I made that method, I realized that, okay, so once you take aligned action, then there is something so much bigger in using your higher psychic gifts. So I basically created this system, this method, from going from the most like expansive part of what your soul's design is, right? From who you are at soul level, and working down into taking these soul line actions in a much more grounded way, and thinking about how you can use your soul's blueprints in mind. And that gave the people like this spiritual power, and it helped them to become source, like to become God, to really be the creator of their life, and help them to step into their soul line leadership. So the system we used in my 30-day program, which is Expand Your Highest Psychic Gifts program, and when I was running the program, it was kind of very similar where they had, videos to watch, and do prompts that will help them to really, really see how they can utilize like all of their gifts and utilize specifically like their, 5 major clairs, or clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizant, and, clairsentience, and was it so anyway, all 5 of your major clairs. And I saw that when they started to like use those parts, use those their third eye and the other parts of their other clairs, and they focused on the ones that was really what they were at some level. What happened naturally was their psychic gifts became much more grounded and much more like they could utilize it in their everyday life. And not only that, of course, they manifested amazing things in their business too. But essentially what happened was when they took those specific soul line actions towards their, what I call your expanded and higher psychic gifts archetype. So I found there's, every soul has a specific archetype that when they align to that part, that their main gifts would just not only expand, but like it made them manifest and have a greater impact on people much more quicker, right? So when they saw, okay, this is their highest psychic gifts, this is their expanded part, just like naturally bigger media opportunities also happened to them. They got on, people invited them to JV partnership, various things that was, their most expansive part of, like, if they lined up, they kept aligning and, working on their mindset, and this success mindset just got them to be in this way of expression, like self-expression. So once they saw that happening, it was just like, it was just easy. There was like this trust, this, the manifestations came faster. They had more confidence in creating whatever that they want, like when they wanted to. They went from like nothing going on and feeling blocked to like really like creating content or creating better service to their, like, customer service, right, or service to their audience. And they told me even like their audience and their clients saw a huge difference in how they talk to them or how they could actually relate to them and all of that, right? So all of that was just in a very short period of time. And I was really convinced that in 30 days that could happen. And that's exactly what happened, because they were just getting more and more in alignment. And I could see a huge difference. So it actually all just came to me because that time I moved to Maui, where I'm at now, and because I was living on the Big Island, the energy was very different. That wasn't quite aligned to my psychic gifts. So as soon as I, went to the right place, the right time, it was like everything about my gifts expanded, and I could see things in a much bigger sense. So this system just came about, and I remember writing this thing, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing content, because it basically educates someone to go from like, I don't know who I am, what I want to do, to the end product is they create so much time freedom in their life and business that they're like, wow, this is how it's supposed to feel like. This is how that flow is supposed to feel like. Because the more they work towards it, they could see like, oh, there's certain major platforms or major things that I need to do daily that's aligned to them, right? Whether it's they create their YouTube channel, their live stream show, their Facebook group, or whatever kind of passive income that they wanted to do. They could show up better that way. They could even show up better whether they should be more visible or more online based type of business. And so when they started to shift their attention more towards whether they need to do it more online or offline business, then even more abundance right, came through. And it I saw like people who could really flourish in their self-expression because it was just coming out so naturally, right? And so they're engaging and they're really, really making an effect in a much more precise way, basically. And then also their focus on starting to use that part of their third eye, their higher psychic gifts, naturally it made it easier for them to do their masterminds or like be part of a group setting, whatever that they were involved in, because they didn't suppress it, basically, right? And they could communicate with their guides much more easily, their inner circle spirit guides, and kind of help them to understand how that would really help them to get this like clarity when they need it. And naturally then that connection to becoming source and like really, really incorporating all of their multidimensionality and having their 10 life areas, you know, naturally up level and creating more wealth and more abundance throughout the whole program was quite amazing. And again, I noticed that that's what happened when you start to take aligned action to your higher psychic gifts. So yeah, so this came to me in my first program, and then, you know, adding on the 30 days and looking at it, I could see that this opened up people to more media opportunities. It opened them more up to like creating more time freedom for themselves. It helped them to utilize their higher psychic gifts in a way that was just really natural. And that's the goal of the higher psychic gifts archetype and system that I created, is like to narrow down exactly what your soul is meant to show up as, and using, you know, your third eye and your higher gifts. And once you start taking action towards it, it just made things like the outcome of it just became really, really easy. And so, like I said, you just start to step up into this leadership role, and the faster that they kept aligning to those parts of their soul, they started to trust themselves, started to have more confidence in themselves, started to manifest whatever they wanted in a very short time. So that's kind of a bit of a story behind how I created that. But it's also what led me to try to understand more about, well, how do you master this gift? How do you get even more in alignment so that you can feel not all this tension and not all of this uncertainty and running in this confusion and clarity and inspiration and inaction, right? And the more you take aligned action towards your soul's energy, the more it's easier for you to just like not have this anxiety, not have this tension going on. And I'm seeing that that's what's going on with a lot of people, is that they are, you know, feeling really uncomfortable about being themselves. And the more that they, you know, suppress it and try to, how do I say it? Like try to like not be themselves, right? Like not allow that part of themselves to be expressed, because it can be just as simple as like, you know, I'm spiritual and I just want to share my psychic gifts, but, you know, they were hiding it, right? Or they were doing it, but they are hiding the fact that they also believe that they should receive abundance, whether that's money, whether that's, you know, more connection and people. And over time, you know, that's what makes you lose your confidence. So knowing your higher psychic gifts archetype actually keeps you feeling more like you know, coming into this place of I know who I am and I can offer so much value to many others. So yeah, so the program that I'm launching right now is that one, which is a 30-day activate and expand your highest psychic gifts group program. And in the program, I help, you know, help people to get in alignment with what their gifts are meant to serve. And when you start to doing that part of your gift, and not only just because it is, you know, like it's part of your business, right? Like if you're a psychic, then, you know, not allowing your business part to be expressed, or maybe you are business related or marketing coach, but then you don't allow your spiritual psychic abilities to be expressed, right? When you combined, you know, both parts of who you are at soul level and what you actually want to express, there's just this infinite power that flows through you. And so this is why I decided I'm going to continue, you know, with this program, because I feel like it's going to help so many people to feel really more grounded and more in themselves, rather than, you know, looking at all the things out there of why I should do that and all of that, because it's really, really confusing, right? So if you really want to know more about this program and, you know, how that's going to help you, you can always reach out to me, and I can share with you a bit more about, you know, what exactly that's going to entail for you. And so if you want to know more about that, or you know, you just feel like you need more help privately, you can go to my website at LeimomiKeliikuli.com, and there's all my program and services all there. And the next program I'm hoping to launch February 6th. So it's a good chance, you know, to really, really get to know what you're meant to do at a bigger scale. And once you start incorporating that part, because sometimes that could just be maybe an offline version of yourself, or it could be, you know, a nonprofit part of what your business is, right? Or you already are a nonprofit, but then you need to bring in more the business aspect of a profit type of business, right? Your higher psychic gift serves that part. And so when you're expressing that, then you're going to naturally bring in more prosperity, more time freedom, more abundance of what you truly want to create. So, and if you haven't taken my Divine Business Gifts quiz, it's right on my website, also on my page there, and that is what will help you to kind of narrow down exactly what your main divine gift is, and what you value, and, you know, what your niche is, and who you're meant to serve. And also you can also go on my Facebook group, join my Facebook group, which is the Soul Alignment Leaders for Conscious Living Facebook group. So that's where you can get more support from other people who really believes that, you know, living in alignment to your soul is the most natural, the most important part of being a conscious creator of your life. So anyway, I hope that enlightened you. I hope that, you know, got you to see another aspect of, you know, what your higher psychic gifts could be about. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that you have to be a psychic. I mean, like, it could be as simple as, you know, you are a massage therapist, but actually your higher psychic gifts has a lot to do with, you know, grid work, right? Maybe it's like healing sacred spaces, clearing, you know, doing space clearing and stuff. Maybe that's a huge part of what's been missing in your business, and it hasn't been expressed because it wasn't your main divine gift. So with the higher psychic gifts archetype in the system, it's going to narrow that down for you, so that you can really, really show up that way. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this, and it's going to enlighten you to get more closer to what your gifts is all about. All right, have a beautiful day. Aloha.